back to my channel. So today we're going to do my beauty bag. I actually filmed this yesterday and I deleted the file. So we're doing it again. That's why you did not get a video yesterday. I was stupid and then I was like, well, I'm not filming that again. So we are here today. We are filming it. And yeah, so today what I normally go through in this video is I go through any new makeup items that I picked up in the month, any makeup empties or like beauty empties, any pans that I've hit. Mostly they're always eyeshadow pans, but I have hit 2 non-eyeshadow pans this last month. So some of those I would have already shared in project updates and things like that. There's only a couple that you probably wouldn't have seen so far, which I will try to not spoil it too much, but I do have, yeah, a couple of spoilers. And yeah, I think that's about it. Sometimes I go through like fave products in the month and I go through like my pan percentage and things like that, but I don't know if I'm really going to do that today. I mean, I guess I could. And then at the end of the video, I do go through anything that is non-beauty related of what I've been like watching in terms of like TV shows, films, maybe some music I've been listening to, although I don't really think there's anything to talk about there. But just general chit chat of like media stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. It's like a wrap up, like a beauty monthly wrap up. And we're going to be talking about the month of September. So if you are not aware, I was born in September. So it was my birthday a few weeks ago, and I actually did a really good job of not buying anything the last 2 months. So I didn't buy anything in July, I didn't buy anything in August. I knew I was going to buy some stuff in September, but honestly, I did not do that much. Like the bank is still banking. I did not damage it too much, but I did end up getting some things in PR and I did receive some gifts as well. So if I were still doing a point system, which I actually am not, but if I were, none of the only 4 items that I've received this month would have been deducted from my beauty bank. Everything else was gifted, so I wouldn't have counted. Not that it matters, but you know, I didn't buy it all, so I don't think it matters. And yeah, I just felt like this last month, I really thought that I was going to buy a lot for because of my birthday month and everything, but I'm still feeling like I want to hold out, and I think I just want to hold out for Black Friday at this point. So we will see. There's definitely so much on my wish list that I feel like I'm going to do a dedicated video of just talking about indie eyeshadow palettes that I want, or just general eyeshadow palettes, because there have been so many releases recently that I have really wanted, and I still have yet to buy them. So something is stopping me. It's probably the price point, but anyway, let's get into the pans. I guess we'll start with pans first. So I'll start with the 2 makeup items that are non-eyeshadow. These are not spoiler if you watch my project pan, but I hit pan in my Oprah bronzer. This is the Americano bronzer. I had it in my project pan only a few months. It was for the summer. It's a summer shade for me, but the rings started showing, I want to say like a year ago. So I did feel like I was close to hitting pan, and I don't feel like I've used this bronzer all that much to really warrant a pan, quite honestly. So I think it's just the fact that they didn't put that much product in here, I don't think. But anyway, I hit pan in that, which is very lovely. I also have hit pan in my Made by Mitchell highlights. This is the Starlight palette, and I really enjoy putting this under my eyes. And I hit pan in that, which was my goal. So that one was also rolled out of my project pan just this last month. So those are 2 non-eyeshadow products that I was able to pan on. Another one that is not a spoiler, because I did mention it in my project level up, is I hit pan in one of the shades from my Avatar Air palette. This is from Lethal Cosmetics, and this is my project level up 4. And I hit pan in this one down here, which is called Yip Yip. It's a gorgeous shade. Currently working on this one right now. And as you can see, no pan. That's the last one that I need in this, and then I am done and it can roll out. So yeah, I am anxious to get that one out. I love that palette, but enough time has gone by. Next up, I also hit pan in the Singe Beauty Galactic Visitor palette. So this one was in my Pan in Every palette, and I was working on this shade over here called Encounter, and I love that shade, and I'm very happy that I finally hit pan in it, because this has been in the project for a long time, and I hit pan right at the beginning of the month. So that one is nice, and obviously I've seen that she's releasing a new eyeshadow palette. I think it looks beautiful, but I don't think I will be getting it just because it looks very warm tone. It's a neutral palette, but it looks very warm tone, and I'm just not in the need for something like that. But I think she did a beautiful job. And the quality of her eyeshadow, just based on the one palette that I have, if all of them are like that, and you want like a neutral palette with warmth, definitely go for it. I just think for me personally, I would have preferred it to be a little bit more cool tone, or maybe just more like neutral, but that's just me. Okay, the two that are spoilers that I'm not going to share what I've done, but I am going to say I've hit pan. I've hit pan in my ColourPop Haunted Mansion shade. This is also in the Pan in Every Palette project. And then I also hit pan in a shade in my Pan That palette for the year from Shadow Kiss Alter Ego, but I don't want to show you because it's a spoiler. So those are all of the pans. Those are 6 pans that I have managed to acquire this month, which is a lot. I knew that things would like slowly start ramping up in September, but I'm actually, yeah, that's pretty decent amount. Okay, moving on to Empties. I do have a couple that I've decluttered as well. In terms of like a makeup empty, I really only have one. This is a spoiler, but I have finished my Essence Hello Good Stuff pore minimizing serum, but I use this as a primer. I just finished this yesterday actually, and this is in my project pan. So this is a little bit of a spoiler, but hopefully I'll have more update for my next project pan, which I won't even do for like another 3 weeks, so we have time. I have some other makeup items that, I mean, quite honestly, I had decluttered this months ago. This is from Glam Shop. It is their mascara, and I brought it back into my collection, and I did use quite a lot of it. I feel like it's super, super dry at this point. I have not used this for like a month and a half, and I'm gonna declutter it because by the time I do get back to it, I'm just using a different mascara that I appreciate way more. By the time I get back to this, it's going to be dry anyway. I'm going to call this an empty because I feel like there's not that much product, but it might be cheating. This one I'm just decluttering. So this is the Big Lash Makeup Revolution mascara, and it is brown. It just really does nothing. It does nothing. It's not that it's brown that it's nothing. It just literally, the actual wand itself does nothing for my eyelashes. And comparing it to other mascaras that I way prefer from the same brand, this Big Lash, what was it, Wrap Lash Mascara, I love it. Ever since I discovered it, I love it. And I probably will buy it again because it's the only thing that I want to wear now. Because I have that one and these are crap in comparison, I'm saying goodbye to them. This one definitely more decluttered because I haven't really used it that much. This one, I know I've used a lot of it, so I'm going to call it an empty. That's what I'm doing. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I'm not really doing a point system, but that is what I'm doing. And then I have 2 hair product items that I have finished this month. So this one's not very interesting. I haven't been using that much dry shampoo lately, but I did finish this. This is the Dry Shampoo Fresh Perfume, and it's from B Beauty. It's just a local drugstore brand here in Portugal. So I finished that one. And then I also finished this, which I think I've been using for 3 years, you know, something like that. So this is the Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair, and it's the oil elixir. And I've been bad with my hair, as you know. I've been on a hair journey, and then it got better, and then I just destroyed it again. I'm currently wearing some fake hair at the moment just to boost my confidence until my actual hair continues to grow back. It is thickening, it is getting better, but it's still very thin and fragile, so I am dealing with it as I can. But when I do use hair oil, I see the difference. It's just I've been very irregular about using hair oil, so it took me forever to finish this, and I finally have, and I have a different one from a different brand. I can't remember what the other brand is, but I'm trying to be a lot more consistent with putting oil on my hair, because obviously my hair gets dry and brittle very fast, and this is the youth, this is my magic, what is it called, the youth of magic, what am I trying to say? This will revive my hair. Oil, just any kind of hair oil will revive my hair, as well as obviously other things. Yes, I know, but that one I finished finally. It took me forever to finish that, and I don't even know if I like it, to be honest, because I haven't really used that many other hair oils. I know there are other better ones, but they're way more expensive. So I'd rather just try to find one that's a little bit less expensive. So those are all of my makeup items that I have finished. Then let's get into PR. So I've already done a video on this, so I'm not going to go through them in too much detail, but I did get some items from What's Up Beauty. They kindly reached out to me in August when I thought that they had forgotten who I was. And I was so happy to see the little email, and they asked if I wanted to try out their new lip product set. So they've come out with brand new liquid lipsticks, and they also have a lip balm slash sort of lip mask as well in the collection. These are the this is the Sophie Balm, and the lipsticks are the Sophie Coats. They are really nice. So I've actually tried all 4 of these. I've tried the lip balm just separately, not in a video, I'm just talking like separately. And then these 3 I have worn. The only ones I haven't worn yet are these ones, which is Subtle Cheek and Timeless Love. But I do have a short on these, and so you can see all the colors if you want to, but they kindly sent me these. They also sent me, because they asked if was there anything else that I might want on on the website, and I was, you know, I wouldn't say cheeky, but I was like, oh well, you know, I would love to try your cheek products that came out last year, the cheek tear ones. So they sent me 3 of the bronzers. They didn't send me the 4th bronzer because I specifically said, you know, I don't need the whole collection because I'm not, like, my complexion is light. So they sent me 3 of the bronzers, which is really nice of them. They really didn't have to do that. They could have just sent me 1 or like none. I mean, honestly, this is all gifted, so it's very nice. I tried the medium one in the video that I did, and I thought it was really nice. The light one will be fine in the winter, or honestly today. Like, I'm very pale, and I'm actually enjoying being pale again. I don't know. I think it's just the darkness of my hair, and I want to be pale. Also, I'm getting vampy. It's, you know, the 1st of October. You know, the lips are out. Anyway, they also sent me the blush as well. This is the full collection, I think. I think it only came with 4. I have tried 2 of these now on my cheeks. They're really beautiful. So I've tried the Peaceful Pizza. I did that in a members video. And then I've tried Relax Roma, and that was the one that I tried in the video that you can all see. So these are beautiful, beautiful, and very happy to be gifted with all of these yummy, lovely, delicious products. I have no space for them, but I will try to make space and obviously use them as I can. I did also receive some items from my mother for my birthday, so she just asked me to send her a list, like a Sephora list, because she wanted to buy it from Sephora Portugal. I generally don't buy anything from Sephora Portugal because I just think it's just so expensive. And so I was like, are you sure you want to do that? She's like, yes, it's the easiest thing. Just send me a list and I will choose what I want to buy you. So I sent her a long list. Some items were more expensive than others, but you know, Sephora has bougie stuff. So anyway, she ended up getting me this Givenchy. A lot of these items were like more like, so they were on my wish list for the longest time, but she got me the Prism Libre. This is the Voile Rose shade. Which is obviously the more rosy shade, but it kind of works best for my complexion. There's also the one, I think the one that I maybe had wanted initially was the lilac one. I don't know what it's called, but she got me this one. I've tried it. It's beautiful, but I'm also just like, I don't know if I'm using it properly, but it's just so gorgeous. So this has been something that I have been wanting, I think, ever since I noticed it. So I don't know, maybe 5 years, who knows at this point. But I finally have it in my collection. That was very kind of her. She also got me the Dior Backstage Glow Maximizing palette. This one, I think she got the lightest shade because it just makes the most sense, right? She got me, what shade is this one? It says it, Universal Glow, yeah. So I think this is just like the lightest one that you can get, but you can get multiple different ones. And I have tried this as well. I tried all of these actually in a members video, but I think I will do a video where I do maybe full face of second impressions, and then I could try a bunch of the ones that I haven't tried, or, you know, if you're not a member, obviously you can see the items in person. Just let me know what you would prefer, but I think this is beautiful. And I'm happy that I have it. Again, this is something that I've wanted for a long time, and I just never thought that I would buy either of these for myself because they're just so expensive. And I just thought, well, if I'm ever gonna get it, I'll ask for it as a gift. And thankfully she was very kind to do that. I also did put a few eyeshadow palettes. So our Sephora in Portugal doesn't have a good variation of brands. I think when I compare it to the US, you have a lot better brands there. Like the variety is wider. Even in the UK, it's wider. So really we only have Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, maybe some Rare Beauty, but I don't really want the Rare Beauty eye palettes, and then also Huda Beauty. And I think for the most part, that's all I can think of that we have. Maybe we have a few others, but they're really limited. So I gave her a couple of Natasha Denona options and a couple of Huda Beauty options. Just ones that I know personally I wouldn't actually go out and buy, but if I received them as a gift, I would thoroughly enjoy them. She ended up getting me the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude, which I have used actually twice now. I used once in a Get Ready With Me with my channel members, and then just also on my own. And this is beautiful. This is, I know this looks boring. Like if you don't like neutrals, this is a very boring palette, but had the Singe Beauty palette, the one that Angelica just released, had it been more of these kind of neutrals where it's actually more neutral leaning and doesn't have as much of the warmth, I think I would absolutely buy it like instantly as soon as it launches on Friday, but I just don't think I will because yeah, I really prefer, I would like these kind of tones when I look at neutrals at the moment, because I just have too many warm tone neutrals, and you know, I don't feel like I need to have multiple of them. But I think it's really hard to find palettes that are definitely more neutral and don't lean cool tone or warm tone, but they actually stay within the neutral range. And for me personally, just trying this a couple times, obviously you have some that are a little bit warmer than others, but I would say this is like a true neutral palette. I wouldn't even say this is a cool tone palette. I just think this is a neutral palette. So really happy about this so far. Again, like I mentioned, I think I've mentioned this multiple times, like I really had no plans of getting a Natasha Denona palette again, like personally buying it myself. I have the retro, and while it is beautiful, I just don't think it's worth the money. But now that I have this, I think it's beautiful, and I actually think some of the shimmers that I've tried in here are better quality than the ones in the retro, so I do appreciate that. And I'm just happy that I get another palette to be able to compare and use and just cherish. And so I'm very pleased about that gift. I did also get a couple of perfumes. If you want me, I know I've mentioned this before, and one of you said, yes, show us your perfumes. If you want to see a perfume video where I go through all of my perfumes and more than just one person says yes, I will do it. I'm just not known to be a perfume person, and I don't know anything about notes, but I do have a good collection, I think personally, or decent collection of perfumes. Some of them are very, very old, but you know, if you want to know what I got, I will show you that. I just generally don't really ever talk about it. So the items that I did end up buying myself, I just did a little makeup revolution haul. I had been going on about wanting to try more of the Icon palette, so I was like, let me just buy some more Icon palettes. So I ended up getting this one. This is the Eternal Icon. This is the one that has more green. When they first initially launched the Icon palettes, this is the one that I wanted. And so I finally ended up getting it. I did end up using this in a little Get Ready With Me for my members. I went into some shades in this one, some shades in this one. So I'll show you this one in a second, but I went into this one. I was quite disappointed in that shade though. And I did end up using this matte though. That was pretty. I don't think I used much else in this palette though. I think I used mostly in the other one. It was just a quick little look. And then I got this, which is the Enchanted Icon, which is more neutral with a little bit of pink and purple. Very cute little sweet color story. And I remember specifically going into this one, and it was very pretty. So I haven't done actual looks with them separate from each other or since that video. So if you want me to do dedicated videos on any of these, Natasha Denona, these, all the other makeup, I can do like a couple of videos where maybe I go into these more, or I do a full face of second impressions. So I feel like I have enough of this stuff and maybe some other stuff in my collection where it would be a second impression. I don't know, we'll see. But if that is of interest. And then when I did that haul, I did pick up one of their blush. This is the Pink Party Blush. Unfortunately, it was all broken when it came to me, so I had to squish it back in. But this is beautiful, and I really want to do my Shop My Stash because I want to pull this because I want to wear it. It is stunning. It's such a shame that it broke, but it is so beautiful. It's just gorgeous as a blush highlighter. It's just stunning. And I know that I got rid of a lot of blush that were shimmery and shiny. I know, but I bought one, so there's that. And then I did end up getting this. This is the glow stick. These were relatively new. I got the shade Shimmer Peach. I thought it was going to be a little less peach. It's very peachy. I've worn this a couple of times in videos. You might have seen it. It is very peachy. And I think the actual formula is beautiful. So I really want to pick up some more colors because I would definitely want to have more maybe that are a little bit more brown or neutral. I think they would be perfect for this time of year. So I might have to do that. I don't really know. So we'll see. Anyway, so those are all of the new items that came in my collection. Quite a lot. I feel a little bit like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. But again, it's been a couple months since I've received anything new, so it's actually kind of fun to get some new items. So just a quick update on my pan percentage. My pan percentage is actually 9.86%, which if you've been following some of my beauty bank updates, I want to hit a goal of 10%. I think it's an arbitrary number, but I still want to hit it. So I'm getting actually closer. And that also does include these new palettes that have come into my collection. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Had these new palettes not come into my collection, it would have been already over 10%, which is kind of annoying. But we're getting there. We're getting closer. And maybe, you know what? Maybe I won't buy anything in October and I'll hit more pans and we'll do it. Who knows? So anyway, that is everything in terms of what I want to talk about, like beauty related. In terms of anything else, I don't have my phone in front of me, but just really quickly, just some things that we've been watching or like thoughts that I have on certain things. We watched the new Superman movie and I actually kind of liked it. It's very corny. It's more for kids. It goes away from the super dark Superman that we've had and we've grown used to, which I didn't really like anyway. So I'm not a huge fan of Superman, but I actually liked the movie. I thought it was fine. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would probably give it like a 6. So I don't love it, but I didn't hate it. So I think that's a pretty good score. Something else that we watched is the Alien Earth series, which was very, very disappointing, unfortunately. I am a huge Alien franchise fan. I'm one of the only ones that love Prometheus. I love Aliens 2. I mean, I've seen all of them, but like those are like my favorite ones. So Aliens 2 I grew up watching. Like that was like a childhood movie of mine, as scary as that sounds. You know, I had an older brother. I watched a lot of stuff, you know? So that was one of my favorite movies growing up. And the original Alien movie was good, but, you know, it was before my time. So it's not something that I really have fond memories of, but I still think it's good. Wasn't a huge fan of Romulus, quite honestly, but I could see what they were trying to do. And then all of the other, like, Alien movies in the 90s and maybe early 2000s are very nostalgic to me, even though they're not very good. They're very, very nostalgic to me. So I very much like the Alien franchise, and I was so excited for the Alien Earth series that came out on Disney. And, you know, they only release an episode every week. There's 8 episodes. So it's taken us 8 weeks to, you know, we waited for the 6th week, and then we started watching it, and we were like kind of stretching it out. And so they aired the final episode last Wednesday, and it was so disappointing. So disappointing. Like, I was disappointed just from like watching the first episode. I was disappointed because I really didn't like the whole AI and the kids in the human bodies, and not the human bodies, the adult bodies. That whole concept to me took me out of it, and I really didn't like it. I didn't like that there weren't enough aliens in terms of like xenomorphs. Come on, give me my zenies, my zenies. So that was very disappointed I was disappointed. I think overall I would like to see another season. I don't know if it's coming out with another season, but I think it would be interesting because there were some interesting concepts, but it definitely was disappointing. So we watched that. Currently watching Black Rabbit. We only have 1.5 episodes because we watched 1.5 episodes last night. We're like, let's keep going, and then we paused it. So we'll probably finish that tonight. So I read that people felt like the show was so miserable and they really didn't like it. I think when anyone sees Jason Bateman, they expect him to be the funny guy and the charming guy. And in this show, he is very much not that. He is very not that. He has no charisma. He is the one who just brings everyone's world down. He is, you know, essentially cursed, I would say, for sure. But it's through his own fault, right? It's not like if somebody's cursed, it's kind of not their fault, but it's very much his fault. But you kind of see, like, at this point, just seeing like why, like, his whole life he's probably felt that way. So he's probably done it to himself in a way, just because of what happened when he was a child and what he did. But this is a show where I actually enjoy it. It's a show though when you watch and you're like, this is all going to fall apart. Like, everything is falling apart. It's getting worse and worse. Things are unraveling. The tension is building. And I think he wrote it, Jason Bateman. He's very, very good at it. He's directing it. He wrote it. It's got Jude Law in it. I think it's a really good show, but it's not a good feel show. Like, you can't watch it and feel good about. I mean, you could feel good about your own life because it's not happening to you. But for these characters, you just know it's not going to turn out well. So it kind of gives you anxiety because you're like, oh, but I think it's very good. So we've been watching that. I think overall September has been an okay month, a transitional month for me personally. And I think that, I don't know, hopefully like things get better. I did get sick. I did pull my back. I got all miserable. I had my birthday, my son went back to nursery. I was feeling all of the emotions this last month. And so trying to find a new normal has been hard, and I'm still not there yet, but I'm trying to be. But otherwise, everything just keeps ticking along, and, we'll just keep going and see how everything goes, right? I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!